right, well, hey everybody, Grim Green back here today. Thank you so much for joining me. Third review for the week? Yeah, sure, why not? And this is kind of something we can file under the does anybody really even care anymore? There's already been a lot of reviews for this little mod out there on YouTube, but I thought I'd throw in my 2 cents as well. Today we're going to be talking about the Aegis from Geek Vape, being marketed as a very rough and rugged mod. This is a single 26650 or single 18650 mod, and in order to get to know it just a little bit better, what we're going to do is go up close, as we always do. Yeah, quick short uppy closey time. All right, yeehaw, what we have here is the Geek Vape Aegis. This is a single 26650 mod, and this mod does come with its own 26650 battery as well that seems to be a nice little performing battery. It says 4300 mAh, it says 35 amps. I am truly and honestly not sure if Battery Mooch has tested these yet or tested these at all, but for the application I've been using them for inside the Aegis with sub-ohm tanks, they have worked pretty damn good. Inside the Aegis is marked down there with an X, which means plus, which means your positive side always goes in like that. This right here goes on, and there's a little silicone O-ring right there to help make this thing water resistant. I don't think resistant is the right word I'm using. Maybe it's waterproof. It helps prevent water from getting in there. The whole idea behind this mod is that it's military standard 810G, which means it can take a beating and keep on working. And I'm not here to torture test it. There's been plenty of other YouTubers, including Bogan and including Heathen, that have torture tested the hell out of this Aegis. I've just been using it like a normal vapor person. Spring-loaded 510 connection on top has accommodated everything I've put on there. It's got a slightly oddly shaped, but still very clicky button. I was looking at this button and I assumed you kind of pushed it down like this. That's not the case. It just goes flat. It just pushes straight down. There's no sliding or anything despite its shape. I get the feeling this is definitely designed to be a thumb button. Not so much a finger button, but a thumb button. Although, to be fair, I have been holding it like this and it works just fine. Like I said in a vlog earlier, it's a fairly masculine looking mod. This is all thick rubberized finish on here. You have this big metal accent, and then of course this little leathery thing right here kind of reminds me of the inside of a sports car or something. This is just the one I got, but they come in a bunch of different colors. There's one with like where this is yellow. There's one where this middle part is like a digital camo. There's one where the middle part's like black and red. So there's a little bit of matchy-matchy variation going on there. And like I said, I'm not here to torture test this, but if I were to drop it, yeah, sure. I feel pretty comfortable doing that. That's about the farthest I've really ever dropped a mod or anything like that. You kind of just go, yeah, okay. That's about as torture testy as I'm going to get with this. Now, this runs on a single 26650 or a single 18650, and it says it does up to 100 watts, which it definitely does up to 100 watts. But if you're running 100 watts on a single battery, your battery life is going to go way, way down. I have been using this Aegis with toppers that don't really require me to go above 60 watts. I've found that 60 watts, it still gives me some nice power, but it's going to prolong my battery life. If I go much higher than this for very long, my battery life just goes way, way down. Again, because you're only running a single battery on the inside. But it's nice, man. It feels nice in the hand. You can hit the button with your thumb. You can hit the button with your finger. It's got a nice looking display, and by clicking this 3 times, you can cycle through all of the temperature control modes that it does. 3 clicks gets you into the menu, and you can cycle through. That's nickel, stainless steel, titanium, custom TCRs, VPC. I have no idea. Honestly, no idea. I've never used it, but what it is basically is a create your own curve type of thing. You have these set points, and then you can set wattages at certain set points. If you want to vape it like that, more power to you. I just go straight wattage mode. That's how I use it. So let's go back into wattage mode. Let's put something on here. Let's get back out to normal view. Let's vape it. So yeah, that's the Aegis up close and personal. And yeah, it's a rough mod. I mean, it's not rough, it's like a rugged, manly, rugged mod. This is the kind of mod that I picture like a construction worker using, or someone who sort of, you know, works outdoors or is a driver or something, and you need like a rugged mod. And like I said earlier, there's been loads of YouTubers that have torture tested this if that's what you're into. Vaping Bogan and Vaping Heathen both did it. Me, all I've done is the occasional like, and it survives every time. This does have a really nice fit and finish to it. It all feels very nicely put together. You have a nice big display that can do loads of things. I only use it in wattage mode. That's just me. That's how I vape. If you're curious about how this works in temp control mode, this is the wrong YouTube channel. Sorry, I should have said that up front. I am a wattage vapor. That's how I vape. I use drippers and I use wattage mode. And using a dripper in wattage mode on this is still a very nice vape. Like I said in the up close, it's only a single 26650 battery. It says it does 100 watts, but if you're rocking a single 26650 battery at 100 watts all day long, your battery life is gonna go. I've found to get the most out of this mod, I don't like to use a topper that I need to use more than like 60-ish watts at. And that's not because this can't push 100 watts, it's just because I'd like to maintain my battery life a little bit longer. And there's no like safety issues or danger issues going on here. If you put like a 0.3 on here and you rock it at 100 watts all day long, it's gonna give you the power that you need for as long as it's able to give you that power. As soon as you get your first weak battery warning, which is basically the mod saying, okay, the battery can't quite do that, it's just not gonna fire. So you'll be able to rock it, like I said, at 100 watts for as long as it's able to give you 100 watts, but as soon as the mod goes, the battery can't do that, it's just gonna stop. It's just gonna stop firing. You're not in any danger of like running your batteries out of their, you know, amp limit range or anything like that. The mod is smart enough to go, okay, stop. So to get a little bit longer battery life, like I said, 60 watts or below on most anything, and this will give you a nice long battery life. I've got it topped right now with the Sapor from my retro vaping segment in the vlog last week. It's still at a 0.26. I have this set to exactly 60 watts, and it could probably handle a lot more wattage, but I don't want to run the battery down on this mod too fast. You can still get a great vape even at lower wattages. And just for the sake of argument, let's turn this up to 90 watts and it'll fire still and give me plenty of power. Yes, plenty of power. So yeah, slight vape budget hands needed, I guess. I can find this all over the internet directly from Geek Vape. You can find it on Vapor DNA, Element Vape, My Vapor Store. A lot of shops have it for around $70, which for a mod that is this well constructed and comes with a fairly reliable 26650 battery, as long as you know the limitations of the mod, then I feel like this is probably a pretty good deal. But you are gonna need your vape budget hands because it's around 70 bucks. Now, if we're gonna play the Aliens game or the FDA game where they come and take everything I have, is the Geek Vape Aegis something I would seek out and buy? As cool and rugged as it is, it's just not something that is really super appealing to me. I'm not a huge fan of single 26650 battery mods. I like a little bit longer battery life, and I like to have a little bit longer battery life while also being able to maintain a fairly higher wattage. For something like that Watofo tank that we talked about earlier in this week, when you really only have to rock it at about 55 watts, yeah, it would go great on this and it would be a great combination. You just kind of have to know the limits of your mod, and you kind of need to know what the bare minimum of your topper is, like required wattage wise. It's not going to be for everyone. It's not going to appeal to everyone, but it is a rough and rugged mod. I've enjoyed using it. It's not something that I would actually buy and feel like I needed in my collection. But yeah, it is what it is. That's what I got for today. I'll throw a bunch of links down in the description to where you can check out the Geek Vape Aegis if you are so interested. But yeah, that's what I got, everybody. Thank you, as always, so much for watching. And yeah, let's keep on vaping. For something like that Watofo,